Okay, hi. Today I wanted to make another screencast because I like making screencasts. I don't know if you like watching them, but I don't force you to watch it, so you can watch it if you like. So today I'm going to put some background music on too, but I'm going to record it with my own synthesizer here and some arpeggios from the music program, so it should not be copyrighted. So I hope YouTube doesn't punish me again, because now my account is punished and I cannot upload videos longer than 15 minutes until December. That's life. Anyway, today I wanted to look at a Quilt program. So I made a Quilt test directory. So let's imagine I downloaded a file from the internet, hello 0.1. So if I unpack this, so it creates the hello 0.1 directory and put two files in there, hello.c and a make file. Anyway, if I go into this directory, there is a hello.c standard hello world program and a make file. I write make and it builds hello, and it should print hello world. Yes, it does. And there's a clean rule here which removes the hello executable and a hello.o, which was a temporary object file which was created during compilation. Okay, and now it's just as when I unpacked it. But if I want to change hello.c or make file or add a new file, well, I want to differentiate between my changes and what was upstream in what I downloaded from the internet here. Okay, so I would put my changes maybe in a patch file, and the standard way to do that is with a diff program. And to do that, I first, before I make any changes, I copy the original directory, maybe to .org. Now I have two identical directories, hello 0.1 and hello 0.1.org. So now I can make my changes in this directory. Maybe I can add another printf line. Here, this is first line, hello world, so maybe the last line before it exits, goodbye. And I saw in a textbook, goodbye cruel world, the ending line, so I put the same here. And it works, hello world, goodbye cruel world. Wow, and make clean. Now it's almost like the upstream, but not quite. I have a new line here. Okay, so how can I save this information, what I have changed from the original? Well, with a diff program. So I go up, so I have the original directory and my modified directory, and I diff these two. And some flags to diff are U for the unified diff format, which is easier to read, R for recursive, N I don't remember, but it's needed, I think. And then original directory and my modified directory. Okay, so this is what differs between these two directories. It's only one file that differs, hello.c. And the difference here, these two lines that starts with the plus sign, this printf line and an added new line here. Okay, so if I want to save this into a file, that's called a patch file. So I can make a directory where I put my patch files. So I just do this and redirect the output into my patches directory. I can put maybe a new message .patch. I remove hello 0.1, I remove the original. Okay, notice there is a make file here too, and what that does, we can look at it. So this is the name of the package, hello 0.1, and the packed file, it's in the downloads directories, hello 0.1.tar.gz. And to build the hello file, well, you go into this hello 0.1 directory and run make. -c means go into this directory and run make from inside that directory. Alright, but before doing this, this directory must exist, and this is the instructions for creating the directory. That's run this tar command to extract the packet file that was downloaded from upstream. Make. Notice it unpacked, and then it ran make from inside the hello directory and built hello. Hello world, but it doesn't have my change, so I can maybe go into the directory and I can run the patch program. Patches, new message. Okay, I have to tell it to input this. Okay, so now it should have patched the file and added my line. Yes, it did. The new line is there, and run make again. Wow, now it has this goodbye cruel word. But if I want to make another change, maybe I want to add a comment. Okay, okay, it doesn't change anything, but there's a comment here. Now the question is, how, if I want to put this comment in a second patch file, and this in one patch file, how do I do it? The hello0.1.org which I created, it is the unpacked one from the downloads directory. And now this hello0.1 contains both my changes, this change and this change. So it's a little bit difficult to put these two changes into two patch files. And here is where Quilt comes in handy. I could do it with diff by creating two temporary directory, one hello0.1.org and one another temporary directory with the first patch applied, which I can diff against with my second change to create a second patch. But Quilt is can do this automatically for you. So let me show you how it could be done. Alright, so I just unpack the original first. Now, I create the patches directory where I want the patches to go. Now comes the magic. First I tell Quilt. So Quilt is a program to make this easier, this diff and patch process. And I say that I want a new patch file. And what was it? New msg.patch. Alright, so what did it do? It created a file called series. And this series file contains names of the patches. Okay, so I go into hello. Now, before I make a change, remember when I use diff, I copied the whole directory. But with Quilt, I just do this. Before I start changes, Quilt add hello.c. Alright, so now Quilt remembers what hello.c looked like before I made my change. Now I make my change. I added a line here. Goodbye. And I can run Quilt refresh. So now it has created this new msg.patch. And it looks like before, but Quilt created it automatically. And now the nice thing, if I change this again, maybe I don't want this word cruel. I just want goodbye world, comma world, to have the same syntax as above here. Now I can just run Quilt refresh again. Wow, so now it refreshed this patch. So now it should... let's see how it looks. Now it looks like that. Okay. And if I want to do another change... new... hello. I think I have to add it again. Quilt, add. Yes, and now I can edit. Now I can edit hello.c. And add a comment. Great. And Quilt refresh. And it put my new changes into comment.patch. Notice now this comment.patch should only have the comment, yes, but not the other change. The other change should be in the new message.patch. Yes, here the new message is here as the printf line. Right, so now I have two changes. I can run quilt pop -a to remove all. Now it should be just like the upstream package, and quilt push all, so it should apply all patches. Now both patches, this comment patch and this patch is here. Alright. Remove this directory. But I want to save the patches directory, because here I have my quilt work. Now, in my make file, after I have unpacked this, I could actually just apply my patches with quilt push -a. And this PC directory, when I remove the whole directory, then all quilt actions are forgotten. But I still have the serious and the two patch files in the patches directory, and Quilt understands that. So if I just unpacked, I can do it manually first, and then just run quilt push -a. Now it applies these two patches. Remove it. Okay, so in my make file, I first unpack and then run quilt push -a to apply my patches, and then the hello binary is built. So the hello binary should say hello world and goodbye world. Let's try it. It didn't work. Now it worked. Okay, I must have had something in the PC directory. Okay, so what did it do? It unpacked the original upstream file and created hello.c and make file, applied the two patches, and run make in the hello 0.1 directory and built hello. So now hello, it should be... Yes, it has both lines. And this line is not in the upstream package. In the upstream package it only prints this line. And make clean should remove everything except the downloads directory here with the downloaded file and the patches, which is the quilt stuff I just created. So remember, quilt new, quilt add, and quilt refresh. That's all that's needed. And if you want to do more advanced stuff, you can actually also unpack this file with quilt automatically, and then automatically apply the patches which are in this series file, which in my case are those two. Let's just cut it. It's those two. Yeah, I think that's all.